You can keep doing the old thing over and over and over again. And then in 5 years, you will be about where you are today. Or you can decide today that you're going to no more blame others, no more make excuses. If you make that choice, every day becomes a day when you grow higher and stronger. Then you can sleep at night, the sleep of success. Your choice.
There's so much knowledge out there, so much information, so many ways to get better. And we make so many mistakes. We're the product of our mistakes.
You know, every time you lose at something, you're one step closer to winning the next time. The difference between successful people and not successful people, let's call it that way, are people give up. People wake up every morning, they have doubt, they have fear, they lose in a Ferrari race or they lose in a race, and then they just give up. The hardest thing in life to learn is to lose. Winning's easy. You win, you're happy, you get a high five, your friends are happy. It's your ability to take a loss, get up the next day, dust yourself off, and keep going.
A lot of people out there that are constantly trying to improve themselves by looking for the one change. The one change, right? The one change in their life that's gonna make their dreams come true. It isn't one thing. And it isn't 10 things. And it isn't 100 things. It isn't a quick path, and there are no shortcuts.
Are you the kind of people who can finish the goal? Or are you the kind of people that just start and then quit? That's a question only you can answer. But I hope you answer that question today. Don't wait for tomorrow. Make the decision today that you're going to win. There is no excuse. There is no second path. There is no plan B. It's win or nothing.
Why do you think so many people do that? Why are they so willing to settle for less?
Well, I think they don't really believe that they can achieve and accomplish. And I think sometimes it's just pure laziness, that people don't have a sense of direction, but they don't want to do anything else. And it's a tragedy that a person can live out their life with gifts and skills and abilities and talents and just settle for doing whatever comes natural.
What do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want? What do you do when you're not the only one that wants to make $1 million in your company? You're not the only one that wants to be the CEO. What if you're not the only one that wants what you want? What if there are thousands of other people who want what you want? You have to outwork them. You got to outgrind them. You got to get up earlier.
When you earn something, when you accomplish something, when you create something from nothing and you make it happen, nobody can ever take that away from you.
And I don't want you to just listen. Put this information to work. Make today count. Every day.
You have to have something that separates you from everybody else on earth, and until you find out that something, you will be stressed and you will be struggling. But everybody has it, or anybody can create it. That's my expertise.
It is possible. You have to work, and you do have to have an idea, but it's possible.
You know, it's funny, everybody wants a shortcut, right? That's the most common question people always ask me. Tell me the key. And there is no magic. It's just a lot of little things you got to do every day. Success is all those boring things that have to get done every single day to move the ball forward.
All your excuses, all your good reasons, everything that's keeping you from doing what you're supposed to do, I need you to put it behind you and say, yesterday was the last day for that foolishness. Yesterday was the last day to say, I don't have enough money to do this. I don't have enough money to go to school. I don't have enough money to get a computer. I don't have what it takes. I'm not smart enough, right? Well, listen to me. You better hear what I'm saying. Yesterday was the last day that I want to hear an excuse. It's over with.
You have to have goals. If you have a goal for what you want to do in life, then you can see that brighter vision for yourself and start taking action and moving towards it. If you don't have any goals, if you don't know what you want to do, then it's easy to be lazy because you have nothing to get you inspired and motivated to do something. People have a goal for what they want to go out and accomplish, and they maybe take like a micro step and then they stop. And so it's being consistent. And I think far more than anything else, the thing that holds people back isn't the lack of the vision, it's the lack of consistency in taking action towards the vision.
Don't just listen. Don't just listen. Do.
If there is no joy when you wake up in the morning, if you dread the sound of the alarm clock going off, if you feel stagnant, if you have the thought in your head that there has got to be more to life than this, you know what you should do?
Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want to do every day for the rest of my life? Do that.
Right now is not the time to stop. You can't stop. You're stopping right now. Now's not the time to stop or worry or back up or become apathetic. Now is the time to start again. Every day start over. Now is not the time to start or back up or retreat or get lost in all the problems. Look, you got to assume right now that you can do way more than you're doing. Ask yourself this question. What is my potential? Is my potential greater than what I'm delivering at, regardless of what people think about my achievements or lack of achievements, whatever the case is? Look around you, and what you see is average everywhere. Average has become an epidemic. You don't have people living up to their potential. You have people doing almost nothing, people retreating, backing up, people that are lazy. Now is the time to start again. Your security, your family's security, your future is left in your hands. Your destiny is yours, not someone else's.
If there is no joy when you wake up in the morning, if you dread the sound of the alarm clock going off, if you feel stagnant, if you have the thought in your head that there has got to be more to life than this, you know what you should do? You should stop doing whatever it is you're doing. You will become exceptional the moment you make an exceptional decision.
The only thing that changes your life is making a decision.
You have to be so clear in your mind exactly what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And for me, it doesn't work without any goals, without any targets. I cannot compete properly.
Commitment is when you now, after you've decided, you commit to do this for the long term. Whether it's hard or easy, doesn't matter. You're doing this. If you're having a difficult time with something, your relationship isn't where you want it to be, your finances are not where you want to be, your body's not where you want to be, your business is not where you want to be, you need to take massive action. And if that doesn't work, try something else. If that doesn't work, try something else. Keep going with massive action and you will find the way, because it will give you momentum.
You have to be able to see what doesn't exist in order to be able to pull off or achieve what in most people's minds seems to be impossible.
As Derek Jeter said, there may be people who have more talent than you, but there's no excuse for anyone to work harder than you do. At the end of the day, whether you believe in talent or not is completely irrelevant. everyone should believe in hard work. Everything in your life is literally a result of that. You're born an infant, a lump of flesh that can't even hold its own head up. And yet somehow, by practicing, by learning, by growing, you're able to get better. You're literally incapable of anything when you're born. Every skill that you have in your life, all the things that you take for granted, at one point you couldn't do them. So understanding that humans truly are an adaptation machine and that they are capable of acquiring any skill that they want, but it requires hard work. It requires that you do the reps. It requires that you put in the effort. And at the end of the day, the people that you're going to surpass are not going to be the people that have less talent than you. Maybe they even have more talent than you. It's going to be the people that you're willing to outwork. But until you're willing to outwork them, you're always going to be stuck. And as John Irving said, to do anything really well, you have to overextend yourself. And that's the key. If you want to put in an extraordinary performance, if you want to absolutely dazzle people, then you have to do something amazing. You have to be willing to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to do things that other people think are going to break you, that other people simply believe there's no way that you could be able to pull that off, that the human animal just is not capable of the lengths to which you are professing to go. And when you profess it, you have to be willing to back it up, and you have to put yourself on that march knowing in no uncertain terms, under no circumstances, and for no reason whatsoever would you ever be willing to back down. And when you go in with that level of certainty, then and only then are you actually going to be able to pull this off. And as Billie Jean King said, champions keep playing until they get it right. Fatigue will literally chip away at your will to win. It is the thing inside of your mind, that weak voice that tells you that you're not going to be able to make it. The weak voice that begs you to stop, and the weak voice that promises safety and security if you would just quit. And here's the worst part about that. It's right. If you quit right now, if you stop, just sit down, relax. You're not at risk anymore. You're not at risk of embarrassment. You're not at risk of failure. But you're also not at risk of greatness. And if you really want to achieve something, you've got to find ways to put yourself at risk of something great happening. You've got to put yourself at risk of overextending yourself. You've got to be willing to face that you may die, that you may actually fall. And here's the thing, for the people that dismiss that say they would never put themselves in that situation, then you have limits. And make no mistake, those limits are self-placed. And for the people that are willing to push that, for people that are willing to go beyond that, for people who understand there are things in this world that they're prepared to die for, and it is the thing that they put at the center of their life. It is the thing that they are living for. But they're not going to stop, and they understand that where the human mind thinks it will break is far short of where it will actually break. But before you can find that point, you've got to be willing to push yourself. You've got to be willing to go harder and farther than anybody thinks is reasonable or sensible. That's the path. And so the question is, can you be thought a fool? The question is, do you believe in something so much that you would put yourself at risk like that? The question is, can you face down everyone, including the weak voice inside of your own mind, to make the world come true that you want to see come true? Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to do it for you. So if you're a champion, keep going until it's done.